made 13 stores before I found my first winner. When I started to hit 5K days, 6K days with good profit margins, I made more while I was asleep today than working 8 hours. So then I thought to just quit.
How much revenue have you done so far, and approximately like in profit, let's say in the last 3 months?
In the last 3 months, probably 650K in revenue. Yeah, we have good profit margins, so probably like 38 to 41% in profit.
How much have you done in total now, like in the 10 months, at least $1 million in revenue?
I would say probably close to 2 million in revenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. I'm here with Henry. Bro, Henry is scaling fucking hard right now with ecom, and he has a very exceptional story. And the way he's been doing ecom as well is very interesting. It's gonna be full of golden nuggets, not some random guru shit, lifestyle interview. No, we're gonna go straight into the value, directly, straight to the point. Bro, Henry, how much revenue have you done so far, right? Before even the introduction, how much revenue have you done so far, and approximately like in profit, let's say in the last 3 months?
In the last 3 months, I would guess around probably 650K in revenue. And we've had, we have good profit margins, so probably like 38 to 41% in profit.
Oh, guys, you can do the numbers. 650K in revenue and 38 to 40% in profit. You run the numbers. What are you exactly saying? Like, don't say the product like directly, but like, what kind of products are you selling and what kind of stores do you have?
Yeah, so I've been selling in mostly the markets in Scandinavia at first because I come from there. And just fashion products, all kinds of stuff, mostly like dresses for a bit older women, so not like our age, but probably like 40 plus,
That's
and just random dresses.
That's crazy. And now you guys know that, we're first gonna go dive into the story of you, Henry. So the real value, also ecom, like you will see that as well, like in a bit, guys. But I first want to dive deep into the story of Henry. He's like a regular person like everybody else, and he became in this way exceptional in his own way. And I would like to like dive as well like deep into that. Brother, who are you exactly? Where are you from? And how did you get into all of this, bro?
Yeah, so I just turned 22 years old. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and my story really began probably around 3 years ago when I just finished the high school in Sweden, and I just wanted to make some money. And I tried dropshipping then. It didn't really work. I went on the route to, I studied website programming, so front-end development, and I graduated there and worked as a front-end developer, developing websites for all kind of companies. And on the side, I started with e-commerce again. And after like 6 months, I felt like my time was more valuable to work with front-end development. So I quit and went all in on dropshipping.
6 months
So
ago, bro, you went into ecom.
no, I think I've done like dropshipping e-commerce for like 10 months now, full time. But
That's
that's
crazy in
when
10
it really
months.
took off. Yeah, that's where it really took off. So I did it before also, but like half and half. I didn't go 100% into it. But 10 months now.
Bro, that's fucking crazy, bro. Man. Guys, if you're watching this, like fucking put the W's in the chat for this guy, bro. Only 10 months in ecom. How much have you done in total now, like in the 10 months? At least $1 million in revenue?
I would say probably close to 2 million in revenue.
Easy. 2 mil, bro. What the fuck, bro? That's even fucking crazy. Bro, so let me ask you this, right? So you started in that kind of way, right? That's very interesting. But in what way do you think like this development and the coding, whatever stuff you were doing, like helped you to get into ecom? Like what were like kind of like pains that you were seeing? You were like, bro, I don't want to do this forever. Like why?
Yeah, so before that I also always wanted to be a front-end developer and programming because it didn't take so much studying time in university and stuff, and the pay was pretty good. So I always wanted to be that, but when I started working with it, I kind of got bored of it pretty soon. You were just sitting by a computer and you knew that it doesn't matter like how much I work, I would still have the same paycheck. and yeah, that was probably the worst thing. But then I also worked with a lot of e-commerce sites, so I saw how much money they were bringing in, and I felt like, why doesn't I just do that?
So you would say the most frustrating shit about the whole 9 to 5, it was that you know that there's a limit to it and you wanted to reach higher heights and do more shit in life and you can't because you're just stuck there all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. The scale is pretty slow when you're doing a regular job. And I was always thinking like, now in e-commerce, like the more input I put in, the much more money I do. So that's the biggest thing I would say. Like if you go into it all in, you can make so much more money and it's exponential. Like there's not in a regular job. It will take like 20 years to get a great salary and yeah.
Bro, so did you like 10 months ago like quit directly with your job when you were like, oh shit, I just want to do like ecom? Or like how did it go? The whole process. Like you did the front end developing and then you heard about ecom 10 months ago. Is it that you just quit and went all in directly because you saved up some money, or like, and how much did you have like saved up you could start? How did that process go? Because everybody has their story, right? They
No,
fail. Finally, they make some money. They can like quit their job. Like, how was it on your end?
yeah, so I failed a lot in the beginning. I think I had before I did a lot of one product stores. So I think I made 13 stores before I found my first winner. And yeah, always I
Ooh,
was working at my front end developer job. And then when I hit my first winner, first I started to work with both because I don't know why, but then like when I started to hit 5K days, 6K days with good profit margins, I was like, I made more while I were asleep today than working 8 hours. So then I thought to just quit.
were you living alone? Were you taking like a big risk or something? Because by the way, bro, like how old are you?
I just turned 22.
22, bro. What? What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But but bro, was it a big risk for you like back then, or did you have the space to take a risk and say, fuck it, I quit?
No, so when I started, I was having the cash flow from a regular job, but I still had a lot of expenses. I lived at home, but I was still paying rent. So yeah, I had to work to keep testing new products because yeah, in the beginning I was just making a loss. But yeah, it was not a super big of a risk because I had money coming in every month. But yeah, I was having school at the same time, also as I was working as a front end developer, and then also drop shipping. So yeah, it took a lot of time from me. But yeah, I had cash flow coming in, but I had to work a lot.
I see. But how did you manage to do your work? Because this is the main question I get from a lot of people, is that how did you manage to do like all of this work at the same time as the 9 to 5, and then as well do ecom on the side and make it to 5 to 6K days so you could like quit your job? Like this time management, how did you deal with this to make it efficient enough?
Yeah, so I think I was working around like 9 to 5 as regular, and then I've always liked to work more at evenings at nights. So I do that like right now as well. So I went home. I was training a lot back then also, powerlifting. So I went home. I went to the gym, and then I was sitting at nights by myself. So that's how.
Mm. Sleeping a few hours a day, eh?
Yeah, it was not the greatest amount of sleep, but yeah, it worked. So yeah, I put in the hours in the evening and night.
So you had your first success after a few months, after running 13 stores, failing all of them, and then you had your first kind of breakthrough winner, right?
Yeah, exactly. And my
That's insane,
breakthrough
bro.
winner
That's
was
insane.
kind of it was a big product as well. I think we had like 600,000 in revenue. But as I said, it was a one product store. So when the product dies, the whole store dies. So that's the problem with
Yeah,
one product
because you,
stores, I think.
so now you like the general fashion niche stores more, like the mass testing.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you're not so dependent on one product. If one product dies, you have like 200 more. So
Bro, so was it the first time you were doing like general stores and mass testing when you joined the program?
yeah, it was the first time. I've never done that before. So
That's interesting. That's interesting because the results you've been showing were absolutely like insane. I think in the first week that you joined the program, you went on to like 10 to 15K a day or something, or the first 2 weeks. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. It was fast with crazy profit margins as well. I think
What
we
the
had
fuck,
like
bro?
almost 50%.
Bro, so what? Yeah, bro, that's fucking crazy. In those 3 months, you did like at least 600K or something, you said, with that, like with crazy margins. Bro, I was in shock. Like,
Yeah,
of course, we have a lot of like success stories, but yours was insane. That's why I'm as well like having you here. Like, why do you think it went like that quickly? Why do you think so?
I'm not sure. I would say probably I knew about these kinds of stuff before, but I didn't know about this kind of doing drop shipping. But like the basics I knew about Facebook ads and stuff like that. And then also one thing, when I was a beginner, I was pretty afraid to scale fast, and I think that's a big reason as well, because I think the newer people into the game, they are afraid to scale.
Yeah. So, bro, let me ask you this. What type of exact dropshipping are you doing right now? And how much in revenue are you doing it right now?
Yeah, so right now I have three stores that are active. I have one in Norway, I have one in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, and then I have one that I'm opening in Australia, but it's not live right now. But so I have two stores right now, and the biggest the biggest store is the Norwegian one. I think yesterday we hit like 157k Norwegian crowns. So that's probably around what can
Oh
it
shit.
12, yeah, 13k maybe in euros. And then in Germany we hit
Easy,
like
man, brother.
2.9k in revenue.
So you did around like 13, 14K in a day, and how much your profit margin?
Yeah, 13, 14 in Norway and probably like 3 in Germany. Profit margins is around 40%, I would say.
Bro, it's all nice and cool, these numbers, but people want to know how. Okay, so let's dive directly deep into it before we jump into some other shit. So you have general and you're selling lots of fashion, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in what way, right, do you have, for example, like your product research? Like in what way are you doing it right now and how? And do you do it yourself, for example?
Yeah, I've outsourced more and more things, and that's what I'm doing mostly now. But I'm doing the product research. So I'm going on Facebook ads library, and for example, if I try to find products in for the Norwegian store, I often go to like maybe the Swedish market or the Netherlands or Germany, and I try to find stores there. Yeah, then I try to find them on Facebook ads library. I check their active ads and what's performing good, and I also use PP Spy to check the best sellers on the website, and yeah, just testing a bunch of products. I try to test as many as possible. Right now, we have tested extremely many. I think like in the last 7 days, we have tested 100 products on the Norwegian and German store. So
Hundreds. Easy, bro. Easy. So why not
I try
double
to
that
look.
then?
That's the plan. I don't have the time right now to build everything, but the thing I want to do right now is to build a bigger team. We have it's me and three people right now, but yeah, I'm looking to hire more people so we can go from 100 products a week to 200 and 300.
Interesting. Interesting, brother. Bro, that's gonna be an absolutely skill. And you're using right now credit card and Klarna in Norway? Those payment methods?
Yeah, so in Germany I use credit card plus PayPal, and in Norway I'm using credit card, Klarna, and yeah, I've been also running some stores without Klarna because yeah, it's hard to be dependent on them. But yeah,
Hmm.
we try to have everything under control right
So,
now. So
yeah. What do you think of Klarna, bro? Because a lot of people are afraid to sign with Klarna. Like, how do you deal with it and make sure? Because you've been selling now for months and months with Klarna. You're making a good amounts of profit with it. Like, what can you tell me about it?
yeah, Klarna, they're pretty annoying. I wouldn't want to use them, but in mostly in the Scandinavian markets, they're pretty important. So just the most important thing is to keep the disputes down as much as possible. So you have to like calculate with a lot of refunds when you're using Klarna to refund the customer before they start the disputes to avoid having shutdowns and stuff like that. But yeah, they're nice to use because people buy like crazy with them, but the backend is more difficult and you have to know everything a bit better.
Interesting. So then how do you deal with your backend? How many customer support reps do you have to do this amount of like volume? How did you like place them in the backend? Can you tell more about that?
Yeah, so we have two people right now on customer support. We
Mm-hmm.
have the sheets that you provided me with that we keep track on all the disputes on all the stores. And the most important thing that I've seen is to keep also, they keep track on the complaints we get on email and they track everything down what product it is. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, if we see that one product gets a lot of bad mails, people are not happy with the product, and we write that down so we can keep track of it. And if we see that something is performing bad, we just take it off as soon as possible because it's not worth it in the long run.
Interesting. Very interesting. Do you like did you like underestimate the backend before you start like before you were scaling? And like still like how did you manage to keep it solid? Because I believe it's one of the biggest foundations that you have in your company and why you're scaling so consistently.
Yeah, so I learned that pretty quickly with my first product. So before the general stores, I was scaling my first winner, and I didn't really think about the back end, and that bites you in the end. So it's really important for the longevity of the stores because if you can only scale for 2-3 weeks and then you get shut down, it doesn't really matter how much revenue you have if someone else can maybe have the same revenue and keep it for 6 months or 1 year. So yeah, I learned it
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Bro, that's why I always say revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, exit is jackpot. So fucking important. Most people, they just scale
Yeah,
from the front end to the back end. I try to always teach people to scale from the back end to the front end. Making profits on the front end is easy with EU markets and this shit. And when I say easy, I just mean that if you just keep on going, testing new products, reiterating and try to make it better, you're definitely going to make money. Whether you use Klarna or you do credit card only, you're going to figure it out. And I've
yeah,
seen like in so many cases, bro, and I'm not a special in this. I see it with you, with my friends, with more beginners, with more intermediate people. And the only way to keep this alive and make like consistent profits is, as you said, the backend. So important. Like how many people do you have right now in your backend? Just the customer support and working on the disputes.
we have two people on the customer support, and then we also have one girl that is working like above everything and having control of everything. So she manages all the disputes, all the Klarna dispute sheets and stuff like that. So she's like, how can you say, we have those two peoples and she's above them and they're working as a team, and I have more of a direct contact with her. Then
Interesting. Very good.
we have also right now we have an ads launcher as well. So a guy that's launching
Hmm.
the ads and also checking in the comments on the Facebook ads and everything regarding this kinds of stuff. So yeah.
So like how is your exec team structured right now in terms of everybody? So you have one, the backend, the people who work there, a manager, and so people under it. You have an ads launcher. You also have, I can assume as well, like a lot of product listers, right? And you, like how do you run the company?
Yeah, so we have one product lister uh, that's doing just that, and then we have one ads launcher that's only depending on Facebook. He's not doing anything else, but he's doing everything with Facebook, launching ads. I'm scaling the ads, but he's launching everything, and he has control over the comment section. And then with the back end, we have three people. So we have two people that's just answering the emails, filling in the sheets, and then we have one over them that manages the whole situation, checking in the disputes, PayPal disputes. We have weekly calls regarding like if the dispute range has gone up, if we need to do something with anything. And yeah, my what I'm doing is that I'm just yeah, having control over everything. I also do like a bit of everything if something is needed. Not the customer support, but yeah, I do product research, building the stores. Um, yeah,
I believe that this is like very important. Like those just simple roles, and you just hired them through online jobs or Upwork, right? Just from like third world countries. Am I right? All these hires.
yeah.
So like, how much are you paying them?
Yeah, so I'm paying the customer support reps $4 an hour, and then I'm paying like the customer support manager $6 an hour, and then the product lister $4 an hour, ads launcher $4 an hour. But yeah, as you said,
Interesting.
they're working so good. They're better at these kinds of stuff than most Westerner people are. And I feel like it's important to have a long-term relationship with them. So, like, one of our customer support reps that we first took in, he's been doing such an amazing job. So I like to give bonuses to them if, like, yeah, they need something. I like to give them bonuses to show them my appreciation for their good work. And yeah, as you know, the amount of money for us is not the same for them, but it's working really good. And yeah.
Yeah. So I hear all these things, and you're running it all quite well. But why? What is the reason that you think that you did like in these, not even in less than a year, you did 2 million in revenue? Why do you think that you managed to do that with these high margins? And most people,
Yeah.
bro, they just fucking suck, bro. Or they just can't go through it, or they have a
Can
lot of
you?
ups and downs. The revenue goes like this. What is the reason that you think that in your case, that in the last 10 months you did like 2 million or something in dollars or euros, whatever, in revenue? And most people, they just can't seem to like really like get it. And even you said in the first few months, you already found success, you know, 13 stores, boom, boom, and then finally you found a winner, like you quit your job and everything. And now, like, of course, you had some ups and downs, and you're still doing like very well. Um, why do you think is that the reason for?
Yeah, I would think like in the dropshipping game, uh, it's it's not rocket science. I feel like almost everyone can do it, but the thing that separates people is first the time they put in. So if you're willing to put in endless of nights and yeah, less sleep in the beginning when you don't have the biggest capital, if you're ready to do that, and as well, you will hit a lot of barriers. You will shit will happen. It happens all the time. So if you're ready to take the punches and still get up, I feel like there's no limit to it, and everyone can make it if they just yeah, firstly put in all the hours, try to learn, and if they can stand up when yeah, the storm's coming. So those two things is the most important thing, I would say, because then I feel like everyone could do it.
What would you say, for example, is like the biggest would you say it's more like a mindset thing, or would you say it's more like getting access to other people? Would you say it is like more a mentorship thing that you need in order to like go in that way? Like what, like how would you describe it?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both actually. So I always liked having mentorships, and that's why I started contacted you regarding a mentorship program, because I feel as well as like one-on-one mentorships that you just have someone to like guide you with everything. You can find so much information on YouTube about dropshipping, but people are saying all kinds of stuff, and you can do it in so many ways. Um, so the best thing is I would recommend people getting in a mentorship, because then it's always also people putting driving you that you have to do something. You can't just chill. So that's the first thing I would say. Mentorship is a good way, but also yeah, the mindset, because in the beginning it probably won't work, especially if you don't have a mentor, as I did. You will just watch countless YouTube videos and people are saying different kinds of stuff. Uh, Especially yeah, that you should try to start selling in US, as I did in the beginning. It's really hard. I would recommend everyone starting with the EU countries, but yeah, not giving up and just knowing that if you keep putting in the work and the hours, that you will eventually succeed in the dropshipping game.
Interesting. So you could have chosen like so many mentorships or programs, whatever. You know me, I don't push really hard this kind of shit, because I'm just so busy with my own brand right now and my own general stores because I'm doing the same as you do as well. But why did you then like say, yo, fuck it, let's just like put all this money and pay this guy, you know?
Yeah, so yeah, I had a mentorship in Sweden before that was local, and I really found success with that. So I knew that it's an investment, and I know that it will benefit in the long run. So
Hmm.
yeah, I watch YouTube videos. I also always watch YouTube videos about dropshipping, and I stumbled upon you a couple of months ago, and you were actually like, I wanted to go more international than just my home country, and I saw your YouTube videos, and I saw that you were doing EU dropshipping, and like most of the YouTubers is not promoting that. So already from the start, I knew that it was something I wanted to do more. And yeah, I kept watching your videos. I joined your Discord server at first. I saw the great community and kept watching the YouTube videos. I saw the revenue what you were making, and I knew that you knew something that I didn't know that I wanted to know. So that's when I yeah reached out to you and your team.
Yeah, man. Also, big shout out to Obed. Yeah, man, really. Like it's nice and shit. I do the interview, but most of the stuff that's been going on as well has been on the site as well from the head coach of our program, Omet, bro. I can see as well, like he really enjoys helping all those people, and like whether it's a program or just like a community, the other one. So for me, that's like very important. And to see these results makes me like very happy. Because he was a
Yeah,
student as
yeah.
well, like a year ago. He was a student as well. So yeah, man, fucking amazing stuff. But bro, let me ask you this, right? This is all nice, like the sugar coating and stuff, but what is the biggest pain? And because you know this feeling when you just start out with business, and I know one of you motherfuckers who's watching this right now. You know what I talk about is when I say you're in your room, it's a dark, lonely night. You figured out that the work that you're doing is kind of depressing, and as you said, there's no limit really. And then you're trying to find online some other business. You see Forex, trading, SMMA, drop shipping, other gurus. One fucking guy, he pops up with a Lambo on ads on YouTube or Facebook. You're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So scammy. And then you figured out, oh, maybe I should do drop shipping. You start doing it. You start testing all these products and you end up failing because you're like, yo, this shit it doesn't work. And probably you've had as well similar. I've had it as well. And like you said, you tested 13 fucking stores. How was it process? How painful was the process? Like the 13 stores? Because I don't only like to talk about success. I like to talk about like the losing parts. The like the lonely chapter. The way like Alex Hormozy say. I like to talk about that as well a lot. Can you tell like more about that like like period of time? How did you go through it, and then how was the way you came out of it?
Yeah, yeah, as you said, the first 13 stores, it was hard. You know, I kept testing. From the beginning, I said to myself that I wouldn't stop until I find a winner. But as you go through the stores, you know, four, five, six, you're just losing money. It gets harder, especially that you haven't gotten it to work for you, so you don't actually know that if it's working. You just seen YouTube videos of people making it and yeah, driving Lambos and all that kind of stuff. But as you get up, you know, 10, 11, I remember the product before my first winner was a completely shit product. You know, uh, with every store, I got better and better in market, product research, building the store, advertisement, and all that kind of stuff. But the store and product before my winner was, I think I spent like $200 on ads and had zero sales. And right there, I felt like this shit does not work. And because I've tried 12 products, nothing is working. But I tested the last product, and I felt like I don't know this. I already knew that it was not going to work because everything has failed so far. But then, like the first day, it just hit, and it was a crazy feeling because when you hit your first product or your first profit days, you get that feeling that you know that it can work because you've made it before. So I
Hmm.
think that's a really big thing when you first hit your first winner or your first profit days, that you actually know that okay, this actually works.
So like I want to ask is like more like a technical like question. In what way? Because like you do right now only Facebook ads, am I right, Henry?
Now I do
Yeah.
a
And
bit of
what?
Google ads, but
Ah,
not super much.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. So like in what way are you testing and scaling on Facebook ads? Can you explain your strategy?
Yeah, so I got my testing and scaling. How I do it is from your YouTube videos that I've seen before. So just a regular, it's not super hard,
Bro,
you know.
yeah,
Facebook
that's
is
what I'm telling
simple right
people.
now.
I'm like, bro, if you don't have money, just fucking watch my YouTube videos. You're gonna print. It's true, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Okay,
I
so
the same
sorry to
strategy,
interrupt you.
super
Please keep
simple.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so for every product, I just put up one CBO. I use three ad sets. One is completely broad, and then the other one is engage shopper as interest, and then the last one is online shopping as an interest, and then I do 1 to 2 creatives per ad set. It's depending. I've been doing more and more collection pages now, and it's been going really good. So, but yeah, $50 a day testing and just yeah, putting out as much as I can of different products.
Bro, so how do you like find your creatives? People say like UGC, own content, shooting, you whatever. How do you do it?
No UGC, like it's almost just I take a product picture. Often I have two creatives. One is just a regular product picture, as the one I find, no editing or nothing. And then I take on the other creative, I take three variants and I just like cut them a bit. So it's like three different variants on the image, and yeah, that's it. Nothing more.
Interesting. So you just take that from the competitor.
Yeah, sometimes I edit it a little
Works.
bit, but
Yeah, bro. Bro, it works, bro. We all do it, bro. It just works. It's like this. You changed a bit, Canva, maybe the background, make it like
yeah,
you see some
exactly.
sea in the back, some city and stuff, bro. Yeah, bro. It's the game, bro. So you know what the funny part is? People think you're actually copy pasting it away, but the thing is, these product images are on AliExpress. They are not even of your competitor. They're from AliExpress, from the supplier. They make those pictures so you can use them in your advertising. People don't know
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So
I
that's
also find
that's
them
like
on
something real.
AliExpress or on Shane as
Yeah.
well. I've seen
Shane.
they're
Okay
using the
then.
AliExpress.
Interesting. So, bro, um, what is like the biggest golden nugget that you have so far? Like the biggest change, like in terms of like a golden nugget that you like, like received in a program that you executed that like really helped a lot. Like what really was it? For people that are like, hey, what can really like something that's like low input that is like very high output? What would you say?
Like the biggest thing, it's not a low input one, but just testing more
Okay.
products can make so much of a difference. So if you like, I went from testing 3 products a day to 10 products a day. It made my revenue go up by like 200%. So I've learned that thing, but a small piece of advice would maybe be what I've learned is now with collection pages that I've started to add in the end of all product pages. I add personally like a collection so they can just scroll from it, and then we have something under just an image, and then we have like recently viewed or like recommended products, and I've started using that for like 1 week ago, and my average order value have gone from like 60-65 euro to like 90-100 euro average order value.
It went from 69 to 99 or 199.
No, not 199. I think it's like 60-65 euros in average order value to like 95 to 100 in average order value.
Bro, that's a difference of 50% almost. That basically means you can scale 50%, almost spend more ads than the competitor and outskill the competitors, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes like 5 minutes to do.
Bro, that's a good tip. I'm gonna write that down and do it myself as well, bro. Thank you. Very, very interesting. So you just have
Yeah,
like the recommended ones for everybody listening. You have the recommended ones, and so like you have the whole collection page, and if they click on a product, they see it, and then down there the product like just above the footer, you have like recently viewed or also like recommended as well by other users. right?
Yes, so I have like, if you go into a product page on the store, I have
Yeah,
like the regular description, and right under that we first have just like the female collection. Under that we have like a small image with some text, and under that we have like recommended products for you. And yeah, that's it.
interesting. Very good, bro. Crazy shit. So I love it, bro. Bro, like the golden nuggets, bro. It's fucking important, bro. Bro,
Yeah.
so let me ask you this. What is the number one advice you can give as well to young entrepreneurs who were as well like you in the same situation 10 months ago? What is the advice you could give them? That also want to succeed or still failing, or they feel they succeed in the past and now they fucking suck and they want to fix that.
Yeah, if I would say to myself is to keep pushing, even though, because like 90% of the time, the stores is not going as good as you want to, and like you're happy 10% of the time. So just keep on going, and because it works and everyone can make it work, it's just a matter of time and effort. So if you're sitting at your 10th product or your 10th store, whatever, and you haven't gotten it to work, just know that if you keep testing, if you keep putting in the work, it will eventually work.
Interesting, bro. That's a very good. That's like a very good one, bro. So,
Yeah.
what would you recommend? Like, it's now been like 42 minutes or 40 minutes. You know, like, what would you recommend this conversation to Henry?
I would say people starting out in dropshipping and in e-commerce, and maybe even haven't started a store or started seeing some success. They maybe have like the first 1K day or 500 euro day in the beginning stages. Yeah, I would recommend them to maybe not the experts. Or if they maybe that golden nugget can change a bit, but yeah, people that are starting with dropshipping and want to take it to the next level.
Yeah, very good one, bro. So, thank you very much, bro, for the golden nuggets. This is going to be very, very, very valuable for a lot of people. You don't see these kind of deep, in-depth interviews on how to go about e-commerce, especially in your case, we're doing like 2 mil in 10 months, and then, bro, that's crazy, you know. So, where can they find you, bro, if they want to reach out to you or ask like any questions or connect with you?
Discord would be the best. I'm not. I don't have an Instagram anymore.
No? Oh shit.
No, I removed it.
Why?
I could get it, but I'm not. I try to use as little social media as possible. So I have Twitter. It's probably the only social media I use, but it's mostly also for like golden nuggets. People are posting there. Um, but yeah, I'm not active on any social media.
That's awesome to hear, brother. Thank you very much, brother. Very good. Thank you very much. This was it. And guys, I will as well like plug in the link of Twitter or a special Discord of Henry, so you can also reach out to him, talk with him, and mastermind with him. And and yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. And I would really say, man, join the fucking program, bro. See you.